Yeah, he's lagging hella hard. Switch them seats in the air. Here, look at it.
Oh, my bad. Shoot his ass.
Oh, missile coming.
Oh,
shit.
Fuck.
You gotta go.
I would bail.
Go to the
Bail.
Ilan? Akin na yung isa.
Oh, my bad. Shoot his ass.
Oh, missile coming.
Oh, fuck.
You gotta go.
I would bail.
Go to the
Bail. Good shit. You got out just in time.
Revive lang kita, wait.
I got 9
Fuck,
seconds.
take him out. Don't worry about me.
I got 9 seconds.
Or if you got smoke.
4, 3, 2, 1. Here I come.
Go for purple.
Wag ka dyan. Dumanjak mo dyan. Kill ka? Nahabol ka nila yata, pre.
Here I come.
Go for purple. Is he gonna make it? I can get him. Oh, motherfucker.
Package yung green eh. Ewan ko lang kung meron pa yan.
Okay. Scout.
What the?
Yun. Bating ka na.
Right? You got out just in time. That would have been game over if you didn't bail when you did.
Dude, the second time if we get hit and I hear that beep, I'm out. I don't even care.
That's the first time I ever heard the beep. Somebody actually uses that shit. Here, take that gun. I want this pistol.
Saan?
Dito sa loob ng warehouse.
Okay.
Ito yung nahabol
Sounds
niya.
like there's a party somewhere.
Ayun.
Yeah,
Parin mo.
they're probably shooting at the helicopter.
Punta mo na yan, may armor doon.
They're shooting.
I don't know, but
Got 2 guys up on the hill and a helicopter.
alright, on my way.
May adrenaline shot ka dyan.
You're blue?
I wish I had a sniper.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Alright.
I'm zooming in on it.
Yes! Arctic 50 exotic, nice! Yes!
Where's boss? Alright. Okay, tara. Doon na tayo. Yung white pa tayo.
Can you actually
Coming.
respond to that?
Yep, I'm
I
coming.
don't think so.
Ibigay. Ano lang yan? Ayun ang laser sight. Ayun ang M4 oh.
So yun na yung M4. Drop ko lahat ng bala ng M4 ko dito. Kunin mo tong
Smoking.
M4 na bala ko dito.
Pahingi ka natin.
Putangin mo
Wala lang
dito.
Here comes my
Kunin
kill.
mo na yung M4. Basta may sniper
Boom.
ako. Maganda.
Dang, that thing takes a lot of bullets.
Maganda pa talaga na sniper ito. Nako. Punta na tayo doon sa circle.
Tingin mo sa gilid natin. Sa
Saan?
gilid lang sa bridge. Baka may kalaban dito sa gilid.
Right?
Wala.
You got out
Wala.
just in time. That would have been game over if you didn't bail when you did.
Buti nga lang maganda tong sniper ko. Nakaka-detect siya ng heat.
Labas sa agro.
That's the first time I ever heard the beep.
10 na kalaban.
Somebody actually uses that shit. Here, take that gun. I want this pistol.
I don't want that.
There we go.
Okay.
I got an AK.
Sounds like there's a party somewhere.
Sali daw yung
Yeah.
ibang live eh.
They're probably shooting at the helicopter.
Dito ata tayo galing.
Or exploit talaga. Ito kalaban ito.
Shoot.
150.
I don't know, but-
Tumatakbo.
Sa taas. Okay.
Alright, on my way.
Tamaan ko. Ay, ipitin ko guys. Ito, 3 times. Na-shot ko. Talon siya na talon, no?
You're blue?
Chill.
I wish I had a sniper.
Oh, okay, I see it. I'm zooming in on that fucking helicopter.
Manin. Kailan pa lang mag-isa? Wala na. Ito.
I'm coming.
Ay, pati mo yun.
Yep, I'm coming.
Nice one. Ay, dalawa, bak.
Dada. ang isa.
Smoking. Here comes my kill. Boom.
Sa taas na, di mo na ako pumunta. Sa taas.
Dang, that thing takes a lot of bullets.
Sayang. Okay lang.
Barikid. Ito pa may ano, may ad. May ad.
Boom, got him.
Baka may barikid. Kailangan manalo.
Oh shit, zombies. I'm down. I turn around, they're in my mouth.
Damn it.
I don't know, but. Alright, I'm
Sa
at the
taas.
snipes.
Kalabot sa ano mo, gilid.
You're blue? Oh, okay, I see it. I'm zooming in on it. Fucking helicopter.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm coming. Yep, I'm
Your
coming.
phones suck.
Ito man.
My phone's fucking awesome.
It's smoking.
There you go.
Here comes.
Maradong buhat po kami.
Here comes my kill. Here comes my kill. Boom. Dang, that thing takes a lot of bullets.
Bubat lang bubat sa atin.
Boom, got him.
Edi,
Oh shit, zombies. I'm down. I turn around, they're in my mouth. Yeah. Teach me a lesson, zombies. Yeah, bite me.
Yeah, teach me a lesson, zombies.
Boom, got him. I can get him, I can get him.
Born ako.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, nag-stock ko. Stock.
ito pala yung scout. Okay. Yun lang pala yung radio.
Rocket. May rocket ako. Saan kayo? Dito kaya.
You got out just in time. That would have been game over if you didn't bail when you did.
I don't want that gun.
Okay.
I got an AK.
Sounds like there's a party somewhere.
Yeah. They're probably shooting at that. Yeah. They're probably shooting at the helicopter.
Hindi ako magalaw.
They're shooting.
Disconnect ka?
I don't know, but
Na-disconnect ako bigla sa game pero nakapal
on
ko
my way.
agad.
That's
What?
nice.
Ganun. Recent update. Nag-update kasi
You're
ang
blue?
CO.
Oh, okay, I see it. I'm zooming in on that fucking helicopter.
I'm coming. Yep, I'm coming.
It's smoking. Here comes my kill. Boom. Dang, that thing takes a lot of bullets. Boom, got him. Oh shit, zombies. I'm down. I turn around, they're in my mouth.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Teach me a lesson, zombies. Yeah, bite me.
Why can't I fly?
You're not gonna make it.
Oh shit, run!
Web swing. Web swing.
Oh, running.
Hit my dog tag. 15 seconds.
Hey, got another one. 3 o'clock.
Fuck.
Inside that rock. There he is. Water tower.
Alright, stay alive for 4 seconds.
Fuck.
Stay the
Behind
fuck.
the fucking line.
You're fine, you're fine. You're just about at that. Here we come.
I'm behind the door. I'm behind the door. Oh, someone's down already?
Yeah, I'm on him. I'm just trying to pick up a weapon. Oh, what? On me. He's chasing you, Orange. He's.
Got this guy.
I'm gonna try to trip him. I'm gonna use my dead body to trip him.
Yeah, I've got.
Where you at, Jeremiah?
Oh shit.
Right here.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm dead. I'm down.
Yeah, we're done.
You're not dead?
Oh.
Ooh, Wasabi Warrior. Can't even spell warrior. Where's it?
I'm gonna go to the mall.
Damn. Yeah, let me add you. Did you leave your clan yet? If you leave your clan, I can invite you. Are we ready? Oh shit, I see.
Hang on. I'm gonna back out real quick. I'm gonna touch the phone.
You wanna hit this first?
I'll hit it when I come back.
Okay. See if the mouse is underneath that TV. In the living room? Should be somewhere in that area.
12 meters away.
Marikit.
Tingin yung package yung malapit sa inyo.
Ha?
Sa likod.
Hello, hello. What up, what up? Hold on, I got one more. I'm just waiting on him.
Sige, sige. Ano namin kunin? Dito. Dito. Umakyat! Akyat! Okay.
What?
Good.
Walking
Good. Arctic.
person.
Exotic.
Arctic 50 exotic 9.
Doon. Baba ko na nga to. Arctic.
Yo, what up? Oh shit, I'm still recording.
On the wall, so like you in to keep others away. And On the walls to lock you in or to keep others away. And if the doors are to be opened, would you leave or would you stay?
Kita yung ano.
The comfort of your misery, you cherish dearly. You cherish dearly. And you haven't started dreaming 'cause you're still fast asleep. You're fast asleep. Don't you wanna run wild, live free, love strong, you and me.
Ah,
You're a lion full of power who forgot how to roar.
that's crazy. I can make the game small. Insane.
On the walls to lock you in or to keep others away. And if the doors are to be opened, would you leave or would you stay? The comfort of your misery, you cherish dearly.
not endow humans with the ability to play pickup basketball. True, it produced legs for running, hands for dribbling, and shoulders for fouling, but all that this enables us to do is shoot hoops by ourselves. To get into a game with the strangers we find in the schoolyard on any given afternoon, the rules for rough-and-tumble play hardwired into their genes.
Oh, my bad.
But American teenagers have no genes for pickup species, such as ants and bees, are stable and resilient because most of the information needed to sustain them is encoded in the genome. A female honeybee larva can, for example, grow up to be either a queen or a worker, depending on what food it is fed. Its DNA programs the necessary behaviors for whatever role it will fulfill in life. Hives can be very complex social structures containing many different kinds of workers, such as not preserve the critical information for running it simply by making copies of their DNA and passing these on to their progeny. A conscious effort has to be made to sustain laws, customs, procedures, and manners, otherwise the social order would quickly collapse. Empires generate huge amounts of information. Beyond laws, empires have to keep accounts of transactions and taxes. Inventories of military supplies and merchant vessels limited. True, some people have astonishing memories, and in ancient times there were memory professionals who could store in their heads the topographies of whole provinces and the law codes of entire states. Nevertheless, there is a limit that even master mnemonists cannot transcend. A lawyer might know by heart the entire law code of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but not the details of every legal proceeding that took place in Massachusetts from the Salem witch trials to get garbled or lost. Thirdly, and most importantly, the human brain has been adapted to store and process only particular types of information. In order to survive, ancient hunter-gatherers had to remember the shapes, qualities, and behavior patterns of needed a band member's help to get John to stop harassing her. It was important for her to remember that John had fallen out last week with Mary, who would thus be a likely and enthusiastic ally. Consequently, evolutionary pressures have adapted the human brain to store immense quantities of botanical, zoological, topographical, and social information.
He's chasing you.
But when particularly complex societies began to appear in the wake of the agricultural revolution, a completely new type of information became vital in processing numbers. Yet, in order to maintain a large kingdom, mathematical data was vital. It was never enough to legislate laws and tell stories about guardian gods. One also had to collect taxes. In order to tax hundreds of thousands of people, it was imperative to collect data about people's incomes and possessions, data about payments made, human brains overdosed or fell asleep. This mental limitation severely constrained the size and complexity of human collectives. When the amount of people and property in a particular society crossed a critical threshold, it became necessary to store and process large amounts of mathematical data.
Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Baby, you should come with me. We can kill the lights with the light for the black. Black out with the light for the black. Everything black, black art, black keys, black diamonds, black out, black everything
Blank is the best form of birth control. Just about.
When I was down, when I was hurt, it came to lift me up. Life is a dream, and love's a drug. Oh, nothing must be my use up. When I was up, with a trial, it came to lift me up. Can you hear me? I'm falling to pieces. But I swear I'll stay if you give me a reason. Can you hear me? I'm
Boner
falling
time?
to
Good
pieces.
thing.
But I swear
Like
I'll
this
stay
blank.
if you give me a reason.
Japanese all over. This is good.
I'm falling to pieces. Can you hear me? I'm falling to pieces. I swear I'll stay if you give me a reason.
Squib wide. Scooch wide.
Yeah, if I could go back to that day we met, I probably would just stay in bed. You run your mouth all over town, and this one goes out to the sound of breaking glass on my Range Rover. Pay me back or bitch, it's over. All the presents I would send, fuck my friends behind my shoulder. Next time I'ma stay asleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And you got me thinking lately, bitch, you crazy, and nothing's ever good. I ain't no dictator. Sip the X and O's on another note. I'm already so fucking done with you. So say the X and O's on another note. I'm
In the back end, booty so big, got me thinking about a lap dance. Pull up with this bitch, like damn, what happened? New thing, new frame, new eyelashes, brand new swag, wearing brand new fashion. That's what you get for doing all that capping. Blame bell with me, and we interstate trapping. This'll make an old legend start back rapping. This'll make an ex-cut start back trapping. I'ma be the Lord like my name Joe Jackson.
break me for so fucking done with you, girl. So fucking done with all the games you play. I ain't no dictator. Sip the X and O's on another note. I'm break me for so fucking done with you, girl. So say the X and O's on another note. I'm
Mock them, ridicule them in public. Their beliefs are insane, therefore they should be ridiculed with contempt.
Years in the future, this may serve as a reminder, like a verbal time capsule, all of your treasuries. No denying all the signs and conspiracies. Report a hard time and urge you to listen, implore you to think, to make the right decision. Laughing aside, you just play the devil's advocate. Every time you heard the truth, you turn the opposite. Rejected anything that stood against your politics. Convince yourself that you were good by thinking positive. Always the optimist, are used to confident that ignorance is bliss. During the apocalypse, smack dab in the middle of the storyline. Slap in your face, shift in your paradigm. Switching your mind for the memories you blocked out. The information that you knew was true but locked out. Conversations that you wish could be repeated. Warning calls that you wish you would have heeded. For all those Christians were living in denial. Now you do anything to understand the Bible. Every day triggers on memories or hate. God embraces sin whenever possible. Gave controls to everything they knew was evil. Sold their souls and now they're living like medieval. A whole world without laws or morality. Living in poverty or running from reality. I had a picture of missed opportunities. All the what ifs and lost possibilities. Cities burn like a giant crematorium. Lapse like an accordion. You've been locked out. Conversations that you wish could be repeated. Warning calls that you wish you would have heeded. For all those Christians were living in denial, but now you do anything to understand the Bible. Anarchy reigns in the streets, in the alleyways. No escape from the pain in the end of days. Left alone with no internet or telephone. Cities and graveyards crumbling catacombs. Apocalyptic wickedness and pestilence. Epidemics and afflictions, malevolence. No protection. Just infections and really full cemeteries. Catastrophes on another level biblical. Miserable when the locust swarm is visible. Turn and run from the state you knew the
your browsing activity from prying eyes, whether on a public Wi-Fi connection, foreign country, or just at home. Virtual Shield is offering a Black Friday month-long special of 40% off all VPN plans and all premium apps.
To impeach the president. And now we're saying we're investigating to find out if there's anything there that justifies impeachment. And the more we learn about it, about Eric Ciaramella and his attorney who said the coup begins now, and the fact that we're hearing things second and third and fourth hand, and folks saying why Donald Trump was about to undercut the foreign policy of the United States. The president of the United States makes the foreign policy of the United States.
The Maestro's beautiful chess combination for the whistleblower. Do you know my favorite superpower among the Maestros? Without the help of a guitar or an organ, he steps into an arena where concerts are held and breaks records one after the other that were recorded reporter to record their shine and skin to appear as the hideous reptiles they have always been. We knew the theory that the Dems were Nazis with Soviet natural reflexes. With Nancy and Shifty's lies, propaganda, bogus impeachment process, and kangaroo court, we now have the confirmation. We knew infiltrated our political apparatus of HRC DNA State Department career diplomats in Shifty's impeachment rat hole in Congress confirms it. We knew the Dems, the Mockingbird fake news, and ISIS were secret brothers through the C_A. This is also confirmed by the difficulty the Dems and the fake news had in hiding their sadness when the Maestro announced al-Baghdadi's death. They even went further. They portrayed rapist and killer al-Baghdadi as an austere religious scholar. Is the picture now clear enough? Do you now have one finger attached to a hand? Did Antifa organically form? Flag design coincidence? Socialist push in U.S. worldwide coincidence? Q1688. There is no greater current threat to the American people than the fake news media. Hashtag controlled MSM. Study Nazism. Q1879. House of God? Only the beginning. Those who you are taught to trust the most. Expect many, many, many similar reports to surface from around the world. It goes a lot deeper, connected. The choice to know will be yours. Q. I told you 21 days ago in this article that the whistleblower was an operation planned by Hussein and that many C_A assets were involved to execute it. Future proves past. You sums it all up and promises to soon reveal details about Vindman.
You'd like to talk to me? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Yes, go ahead. Well, the whistleblower gave a very inaccurate report. And as you know, certain of the media released information about a man that they said was the whistleblower. I don't know if that's true or not. But what they said is he's an Obama person. It was involved with Brennan, Susan Rice, which means Obama. But he was like a big anti-Trump person. Hated report about my phone call. My phone call was perfecto. It was totally appropriate. But he gave a report, he or she, but according to the newspapers, it's a he. They think they know who it is. You know who it is. You just don't want to report it. CNN knows who it is, but you don't want to report it. And you know, you'd be doing the public a service if you did. The whistleblower gave a false report. And because of that false report, people thought bad things were done. And then you had Schiff go out and speak before Congress and before the American people and give a false story. He made up a story. And then I released, after all this was done, I released. And everybody said he didn't do anything wrong. But the whistleblower should be removed.
Honeybees are divided into 3 different types. The queen and the worker, which are female bees, and the drone, which is a male bee. The queen bee is the heart of the colony. Without her, the rest of the colony cannot survive. She has two main purposes: to produce chemical scents, or pheromones, which help regulate the unity and stability of the colony, and to lay eggs. You can identify the queen by the size of her abdomen, which is noticeably larger than a worker or drone bee. Within the hive, she will usually walk straight through the brood, or acts with a dab of paint, the colour of which will indicate which year she was born in, and so therefore how old she is. The queen can lay as many as 2,000 eggs a day and live for up to 5 years. However, after a couple of years she will start to slow her production, so it is advisable to replace the queen of each hive every couple of years. The worker bees make up a majority of the hive's population. Physically, they are the smallest bee in the hive, but as their name suggests, they perform a majority of the work. On average, they will live from 35 to 45 days, and the specific job they perform will vary with age. The first half of a worker's life will be spent taking care of the hive by tending to the queen, looking after the brood, and building the wax comb. When fully mature, they will need to be fed and cared for by the workers.
Call the cops. Call cops. You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
What you see is just illusions. What you see is just illusion.
Jupiter, nice to meet you.
Just have a little metal in you, kid. I guess I'm getting a little old. Oh. Look at me. Not a record or a drop of juice in years. You are a lot uglier than I remember.
dinosaurs, the barrel body and the tiny head. It shows that when this animal was rolled along by the current, it was still held together by sinew and tissue. But all this mass would have been rolled together in this one cataclysmic event.
Why did the dinosaur disappear?
They say because of meteorites. Well, I'm gonna believe.
Taking up too much room?
Yeah, they were taking too much room.
I believe they went into hiding. They couldn't evolve through the process.
They went into hiding?
Yeah, after the destruction that happened.
So they just finished evolving?
Yeah.
Had nowhere else to go?
Yeah.
What happened to the dinosaurs?
They never existed.
You think all the dinosaur bones they're digging up are sort of plastic ones that someone put there for someone to dig up because it's a worldwide hoax?
Exactly.
So some gypsy got rid of the dinosaurs?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure there's evidence to back this up that an asteroid came and put the Earth into a condition that dinosaurs couldn't live in.
I was told it was because of a giant meteorite that wiped them from the planet.
Do you believe that?
Not entirely.
Why would you the area and then...
Earlier in the service, I read from the first chapter of Romans what is really a very, very shocking portion of Scripture. Just to remind you,
presents a new generation of empathic bots. Arisa. This is the first robot capable of sensing human emotions. Arisa is a member of your family, a teacher.
Competitive pressures prompted industrial companies of all kinds to seek more efficient, less labor-intensive, and cheaper ways to make products. Bad news for millions of workers like Holly Stover, who once held jobs in industrial companies. She was laid off after years of work for steel firms. From an employment counselor, Stover is exploring new kinds of work, worrying about healthcare costs, and considering school to update skills. A Georgetown University workforce expert says more industrial robots mean fewer humans have high-paying jobs on production lines.
The principal job eater since the early 1980s, when this began with a vengeance after a very difficult decade, 1970s, in manufacturing.
Top Labor Department official says the changing economy brings new opportunities for workers if they have relevant skills. Many employers complain they can't find enough people who can do things like run advanced machine tools or program computers.
We've also, in this country, had a remarkable transition to a service economy and a really wonderful high...
Plumbers, carpenters, millwrights, and pipers.
I'm Naomi Kyle here with IGN News. Domino's Pizza has a...
We made USAA Bank for members like Cassie. Practical and always gets the most bang for her buck. USAA Bank helps Cassie keep more of her money with no monthly service fees or minimum balance requirements. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Done my hair up real big, beauty queen style. High heels off, I'm feeling alive. Oh my God.
Vehicle to deliver pizza in Australia during deliveries and includes cameras to catch any potential pizza snatchers in the act. According to the CEO of Domino's, the DRU is completely safe. He said one of our inspirations for DRU is safety. It seems pretty crazy to us that we would use a half-ton vehicle to deliver a few hundred grams of pizza. But Australians' pizza will continue to be delivered by humans for the time being. The DRU isn't allowed on highways and can currently...
all the robots.
Automation. What happens to man when machines take their place?
And then just last year, President Obama told Congress that robots could replace up to 50% of all American jobs in the next 14 years alone. 50% of all jobs. Whether you're talking about factory workers or truck drivers, markets, convenience and quick deliveries is a fleet of robots working side by side with laborers. Amazon's busy expanding its fleet of robots too and replacing more.
About how to exercise our power. And in a world of challenges that are increasingly global, all of us have an interest in nations stepping forward to play their part. No amount of propaganda can make right something that the world knows is right. And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. We need
to start making money off of YouTube, I think you make something like right here, $3 to $7 per 1,000 views. So that's 3G to 7G, every 1 million views. We're going to take videos that are like high trending, as we see here. I mean, this guy made this movie 22 hours ago and he's got 4.5 million. I mean, that's already at the lowest 12 G's he's got in his pocket. Ryan Reynolds got this video here 17 seconds. Came out 22 hours ago, so, you know, whoever wants to get down with me, we'll just do comments on it and mess around. We got trailers, stuff, but I just got the option to monetize my page. So anyways, let's see, your channel, additional features. There it is. Okay, so I'm good to go, but right here, become a partner through monetization by displaying apps. I haven't enabled it yet. I would like to do that. And I think we could start doing like little videos of, you know, reaction videos, just talking shit, you know. Try it out. I'm not sure how long it takes for you to start getting money, but one of our family members will let us put some freaking money on this shit. I got this YouTube studio. Everybody will have to get this type of like face recorder thing. Me and Jeremiah were testing out YouTube watch party last night, so we could upload videos to YouTube and do watch parties. I noticed that there's not too much online for.
When I zoom in on the map, it doesn't show me where they're at. But like when I zoom out, it shows me. So yeah, they're farther.
Recording a live stream inside of a live stream. What the fuck? This is gangster. How many live streams can I do? Look at this. I'm recording inside of a recording inside of a recording. It's like Matrix. Alright, you're live here on YouTube. Boy.
Nice.
His name is.
Revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Oh, there's one right to your left.
That was weird. Yeah. There's one to your right to your left. Left to your right. I'm just kidding. Stop.
I'm listening. There's one to your left again.
They're in the vents. Game over, man.
Get down to your bottom to the
Look, brother, we're live on YouTube.
Hello, and welcome.
Show on the screen. There you go. Picture in picture.
What'd you say?
Sorry, you're the star of the show.
Okay.
You sound strong.
I haven't even rotated. I think there's a
Look
guy
at
up
that
to
shit.
your left, on top of the hill.
This shit is gas.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I thought that was...
Just stops. That screen goes away. You?
It's not good. Not good? Oh my God, what are you doing?
At this moment, you could be anywhere, doing anything. Instead, you sit alone before a screen. So what's stopping us from doing what we want? Where we want to be. Wake up in the same room and follow the same path to live the same day as yesterday. Yet at one time, each day was a new adventure. Along the way, something changed. Before, our days were timeless. Now our days are scheduled. Is this what it means to be grown up? To be free? But are we really free? Food, water, land, the very elements we need to survive are owned by corporations. There's no food for us on trees, no fresh water in streams, no land to build a home. If you try and take what the earth provides, you'll be locked away. So we obey their rules. We discover the world through a textbook. For years we sit and regurgitate what we're told. It's a great subject. So we work and work, left with no time to live the life we work for. Until a day comes when we are too old to do our job. It is here we're left to die. Our children take our place in the game. To us, our path is unique. but together we are nothing more than fuel. The fuel that powers the elite. The elite who hide behind the logos of corporations. This is their world, and their most valuable resource is not in the ground. It is us. We build their cities. We run their machines. We fight their wars. After all, money isn't what drives them. It's power. Money is simply the tool they use to control us. Worthless pieces of paper we depend on to feed us, move us, entertain us. They gave us money, and in return, we gave them the world. Where there are trees that cleaned our air, are now factories that poison it. Where there was water to drink, is toxic waste that stinks. Where animals ran free, are factory farms where they are born and slaughtered endlessly for our satisfaction. Over 1 billion people are starving, despite us having enough food for everybody. Where does it all go? 70% of the grain we grow is fed to the animals you eat for dinner. Why help the starving? You can't profit off them. We are like a plague sweeping the earth, tearing apart the very environment that allows us to live. We see everything as something to have no oil for the trucks that bring us our food. When will we realize money can't be eaten, that it has no value? We aren't destroying the planet, we're destroying all life on it. Every year, thousands of species go extinct, and time is running out before we're next. If you live in America, there's a 41% chance you get cancer. Heart disease will kill 1 out of 3 Americans. We take prescription drugs to deal with these problems, but medical care is the 3rd leading cause of death, behind cancer and heart disease. We're told everything can be solved by throwing money at scientists so they can discover a pill to make our problems go away. But the drug companies and cancer societies rely on our suffering to make a profit. We think we're running for a cure, but really we're running away from the cause. Our body is a product of what we consume, and the food we eat is designed purely for profit. We fill ourselves with toxic chemicals, the bodies of animals infested with drugs and diseases. But we don't see this. The small group of corporations that own the media don't want us to. Surrounding us with a fantasy we're told is reality. Intelligent we are? Or do they show how lazy we become? We put this civilized mask on, but when you strip that away, what are we? How quickly we forget only within the past 100 years did we allow women to vote, allow blacks to live as equals. We act as if we're all-knowing beings, yet there's much we fail to see. We walk down the street ignoring the little things, the eyes who stare, the stories they share, seeing everything as a background to me. Perhaps we fear we're not alone, that we're a part of a much bigger picture, but we fail to make the connection.
For you were the moon hoax crusader. Something?
No. Listen, man. Here's my issue. My issue is, how can I even argue it? How is it possible that I even have points?
Joe,
how is it possible that anybody
Joe,
could
let's
have any
go to the
points?
moon. You see Breezy right there? He took fucking all this shit.
I hope someone did go to the moon. I hope someone did. I really do. I don't know if they didn't.
Also in the late 50s, a sign maker from Dover, England named Samuel Shenton, in the spirit of Robotham and Lady Blunt's Zetetic Society, created IFERS, the International Flat Earth Research Society, and began giving lectures on television, in newspapers, to youth clubs and schools about our flat, motionless Earth. Shenton discovered the writings of the late 19th century flat Earth authors mentioned previously, and made it his mission to spread the Zetetic message as far and wide as he could. With NASA's supposed satellite launches happening, people constantly questioned Shenton about satellites proving the globe Earth, to which he would always reply, "Does sailing around the supposedly orbited the world in 1963, Shenton even sent him a free IFERS membership with a personal message saying, "Okay, wise guy." Shenton knew that John Glenn, two-time U.S. Senator and one of NASA's first astronauts, was a lying Freemason, just like his heliocentric forefathers from Pythagoras to Copernicus, Kepler to Cavendish, along with most all of NASA's astronauts. Buzz Aldrin Jr. is an admitted ring-wearing, hand-sign-flashing 33rd-degree Mason from Montclair Lodge number 144 in New Jersey. Edgar Mitchell is an Order of Demolay Mason at Aresta Lodge number 29 in New Mexico. James Irwin was a Tejon Lodge number 104 member in Colorado Springs. Don Eisel was a member of the Luther B. Turner Lodge number 732 in Ohio. Gordon Cooper was a master mason in Carbondale Lodge No. 82 in Colorado. Virgil Grissom was a master mason from Mitchell Lodge No. 228 in Indiana. Walter Shira Jr. was a 33rd degree mason at Canaveral Lodge No. 339 in Florida. Thomas Stafford is a mason at Western Star Lodge No. 138 in Oklahoma. Paul Weitz is from Lawrence Lodge No. 708 in Pennsylvania. C. Fred Kleineknecht, the head of NASA during the Apollo program, shortly thereafter became Sovereign Grand Commander of the Council of the 33rd Degree of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry of the Southern Jurisdiction. NASA astronauts Neil Armstrong, Alan Shepard, William Pogue, Vance Brand, and Anthony England all had fathers who were not so open about their membership. For there to be this many Masons, members of the world's largest and oldest secret society, involved with the promotion and propagation of this globalist heliocentric doctrine from its outset to modern times, should raise some serious suspicion. Before the first Apollo missions ever even cleared the launch pad, 11 NASA astronauts died in highly suspicious accidents. Gus Grissom, Roger Chaffee, and Ed White were all cremated together in an Apollo capsule fire during a completely unnecessary and dangerous test where they were strapped down and locked into a 100% oxygen chamber which incinerated the three of them to death in seconds. 7 other astronauts, Ted Freeman, Charles Bassett, Elliot C., Russell Rogers, Clifton Williams, Michael Adams, and Robert Lawrence, died in 6 separate airplane crashes, and Ed Gibbons in a car crash. 8 of these deaths were in 1967 alone. So many astronauts coincidentally dying under such circumstances is highly unlikely and lends credence to the idea that these were intentional hits by the Masons trying to find the right people to sell their hoax. One of the most outspoken of the fallen astronauts was Gus Grissom. By 1967, Grissom had become increasingly irritated and vocally negative about NASA's chances of ever landing a man on the moon. He stated the odds were pretty slim, and famously hung a lemon on the Apollo capsule after it repeatedly failed safety testing procedures. Grissom threatened to go public with his complaints about the LEM, and even told his wife Betty, quote, "If there ever is a serious accident in the space program, it's likely to be me." Right after his murder, government agents raided Grissom's house before anyone had been informed about the fire or his death. They removed all his personal papers and his diary, never to be returned. From 1969 to 1972, the Freemasons at NASA claimed to have landed 6 of their Apollo missions on the moon. With this ingenious deception, a bit of rocket technology, a bunch of lying Freemasons, and photographs taken through a round window, this one psyop, NASA managed to convince nearly everyone on Earth that they live on a spinning ball. Much official leaked NASA footage of Neil Armstrong and Michael Collins for almost an hour, using transparencies and camera tricks to fake shots of a round Earth. Communicate over audio with control in Houston about how to accurately stage the shot,